Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, IELTS with Ben. Today we're going to be looking at what many people consider to be the most difficult question type. We're going to be looking at matching headings to paragraphs. My name's Ben Prince, and I'm a Cambridge qualified IELTS teacher. In this video, we're going to look at what is matching headings, why is it so difficult, how to answer matching headings with examples, and my top tips to get a higher band score with matching headings. So, what is matching headings? This question type requires you to match the heading in the question to the correct paragraph or reading section in the text. There may be more headings than paragraphs or the other way round, so that some headings or some paragraphs may not be used. This task type is used with texts that contain paragraphs that have clearly defined themes. It tests your ability to recognize the main idea in the paragraph and to identify supporting ideas. Here's an example of some reading text. You can see the paragraphs have been labelled A, B, C, D, and so on. The question will be one of two different ways. In this example, the questions are a list of headings. Each questionnaire has a drop-down box, and you will be able to select one of the paragraphs, A, B, C, D, E, etc., that you think matches the heading for that question. If the questions are asked in this way, there will be more paragraphs than there are headings. So one or more paragraphs won't be included as one of the answers. In the other way, the questions are the paragraphs, and you will have a list of potential headings, which we can see on the left-hand side of the screen here, each one marked with a Roman numeral, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And we have to select the heading that goes with the correct paragraph in the question. Here we see again a drop-down box next to the paragraph. You will have a list of the Roman numerals in that drop-down box, and you have to select the correct one, the correct heading that goes with that paragraph. Now, when the questions are asked this way, there will always be more headings than there are paragraphs. So there will be headings in this list that you don't use as an answer. So why is matching headings so difficult? This question type takes longer to answer than other question types. There can be more headings than paragraphs, or more paragraphs than headings. The headings can be similar. The heading may paraphrase the paragraph with different words. Paraphrasing is saying the same thing but using different words. And the heading may contain some words that are the same as words in the paragraph, but the heading doesn't actually match that paragraph. So let's look at some examples and how to answer them. Here we have the type of question where the question is the heading and we have to match the correct paragraph to the heading for that question. Let's do question number 3. The heading is the relative merits of cars and public transport. The key words here are relative merits. Relative means something in comparison to something else, and the merit is a benefit. So here we're going to be looking for a paragraph that compares cars and public transport and says which is better for that particular comparison. Now this is where your skim reading skills are essential. What we need to do now is quickly read through the paragraphs to find the one that best matches this heading. So we're going to have to skim read and look for particular keywords, key phrases that are going to lead us to the correct answer. Skim reading or scanning means that we're looking through the text very quickly, not necessarily taking in and understanding every word, but looking for particular keywords or key phrases. So the words and phrases we're looking for here are comparison words and comparison phrases. Now the paragraph at the top of the page here is the correct paragraph that answers this question, paragraph E. Now let's read it and let's see why it is the correct answer. A 1993 study by the European Federation for Transport and Environment found that car transport is 7 times as costly as rail travel in terms of the external social costs. 7 times as costly as rail travel. Car transport is 7 times as costly as rail travel. So here we have a phrase that is comparing car transport and rail travel. And it's saying that car transport is 7 times as costly or more expensive as rail travel in terms of external social costs, such as congestion, accidents, pollution, loss of cropland and natural habitats, depletion of oil resources, and so on. Yet cars easily surpass trains or buses as a flexible and convenient mode of personal transport. So here it's making another comparison and saying that cars are more convenient than public transport. So you can see that in this paragraph we have 2 comparisons between cars and public transport. The first one saying cars are more costly than rail travel, and the second one saying that cars are more convenient than personal transport. So this means this paragraph is our answer to question 3. We click on the drop-down box, select E as our answer. Of course, this is an example for the computer-based test. On the paper-based test, you would write the letter E on your booklet and then at the end transfer it to your answer sheet. So let's look at the other type of matching headings question. This is the one where the question is the paragraph letter and we have to match a heading to the paragraph. So you see in the first question type we looked at, we had to match a paragraph to a heading. This is the other way around. We're going to match a heading to the paragraph. So you can see on the right-hand screen, we have our questions. Question number 1, paragraph B. Question number 2, paragraph C. And on the left-hand side of the page, under the paragraph, we have a list of our potential headings marked in Roman numerals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And remember, in this question type, when it's this way round, where the paragraph is a question, there are always more potential headings than there are paragraph. So there will be some paragraphs we will not use as an answer. As you can see here, we have 10 potential headings and 6 questions, 6 paragraphs we need to match to a heading. When it's this way round, the good thing is we don't have to be skim reading the whole document to try and find a paragraph that matches a heading. But what we do need to do is read the paragraph to understand the paragraph so we can match it to the heading. Let's do question number 5, paragraph F, from this article about leatherback turtles. Leatherbacks are in imminent danger of extinction. So here, the paragraph is starting saying that the leatherback turtles may all die. There may be no more leatherback turtles in the future. Now, as we read on, a critical factor among others is the harvesting of eggs from nests. So here it's giving us a reason why they may all die, why they may all be gone, why they may all be extinct. Valued as a food delicacy, leatherback eggs are falsely touted to have aphrodisiacal properties in some cultures. The leatherback, unlike the green sea turtle, is not often killed for its meat. However, the increase in human populations, coupled with the growing black market trade, has escalated their egg depletion. In other words, made it quicker, made it more. Other critical factors causing the leatherback's decline, so again it's talking about the decline, about there being fewer numbers of leatherback turtles, are pollution such as plastics. Well, here it's giving us another reason. Leatherbacks eat this debris thinking it is jellyfish. Fishing practices such as longline fishing and gill nets, again, it's giving us another reason why they're dying out, why they're getting fewer in number. And also, development on habitat areas. Scientists have estimated there are only about 35,000 leatherback turtles in the world. So the meaning of the paragraph is clear. The paragraph starts by saying they're in danger of extinction, of there being no more turtles. So the number of turtles must be decreasing, must be getting lower. The paragraph gives us lots of reasons why this is happening. So let's look at a list of potential paragraph headings. Sea turtles are found in unusual locations. It's not talking about where they're found. Unique features of the leatherbacks. It's not talking about the features of the leatherback at all. The leatherback's contribution? No. Methods used for routes tracking? No. Predict the migration routes? It's not talking about migration. Remains multiplicity within the species? Not quite sure what that means, but it's definitely not the paragraph we've just read. The progress of hatching? It does talk about eggs, but not necessarily hatching. The fate of the lost turtles? How trips supposed to look like, and lastly, factors leading to population decline. The whole paragraph has been talking about why there's fewer leatherback turtles and they may go extinct. It gives us a long list of reasons why that's happening. Reasons, or another word, factors. So number 10, factors leading to population decline is our correct answer. So on question 5, we again click on the drop-down box. It will give us a list of the Roman numerals 1 to 10. We select number 10 as our answer. Again, on the paper-based test, you will put this 10 on your booklet and then transfer it at the end to the answer sheet. But remember, put it as a Roman numeral. Put it as the X. I hope that's helped you understand the matching headings question type more and what you need to do to be able to answer the question. Now we're going to look at my top tips. What you need to get the highest possible band score for this question type. Number 1 is paraphrasing. Sometimes you will be able to match keywords in the heading and the paragraph, but often the heading will use different words meaning the same thing to the paragraph. This is paraphrasing. So, for example, the text may say scientists argued about the significance of the results, and the heading may be a disagreement between experts, for example. Those two statements clearly match, but the words are different. This is paraphrasing. Number 2, the heading will be the main idea. The heading will be the main idea or meaning of the paragraph, but remember, watch for paraphrasing. There may be some sentences that don't match the heading, but overall the paragraph will match the heading. In other words, most of the paragraph or some of the paragraph will match the heading, but not necessarily all of it, not necessarily every sentence in the paragraph. So you need to understand the main idea of the paragraph and ignore any extra information that's not relevant. Number 3, there will probably be more headings than paragraphs or more paragraphs than headings. Remember, if the question contains the heading, there will be more paragraphs than questions and headings. But if the question contains the paragraph letter, then there will be more headings than paragraphs. So in the first one, there will be some paragraphs that you don't use as your answer, and in the second one, there will be some headings that you don't use as your answer. Tip number 4. If you're doing the paper-based test, write the correct answer form on your answer sheet. So as we've seen, the possible answers will be labelled as either Roman numerals, 1 or 4 for example, or letters A, B, C, etc. If you're doing the paper-based test, make sure you write the correct answer. So for example, I or IV as 1 and 4, and not the way you normally would in English, either as the 1 as a number or 1 as ONE. Write it as the Roman numeral I. Tip number 5. There is only one possible answer. Another answer may be similar or contain some keywords that are the same. But if you understand the statement and the paragraph, you will understand there is only one correct answer. If a heading is the correct answer for one paragraph, it will not also be the correct answer to another. Tip number 6. Practice skim reading or scanning. Skim reading is scanning the text quickly to pick out relevant words or phrases. Especially if you're reading through the text to find a paragraph that matches the heading, You need to be good at skim reading. This is the most difficult reading skill to master, in my opinion. So you're going to need to practice, practice, practice. Thank you so much for watching. I do release videos on a regular basis, so please don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell icon to be notified every time I release a new video. But most of all, good luck. I do hope you get the score you need to achieve your dreams.